Prepare for liftoff. It's time for a launch update. Before we get into things, it will be important to clarify how to say this word. Yes, it is in fact a spoken word as well as an acronym, which you may already know to stand for Bring Your Own Keyboard. The word is pronounced like this: BYOK, just a little quicker. BYOK. It is a delicate word, yet full of life. And to those who have commented that it sounds similar to the noise a chicken would make, well, so what? Anyway, it seems the founder is waiting for his first question. Mr. Founder, for anyone new who may not be familiar with the device, can you explain exactly what it is?
Well, first and foremost, it's a distraction-free writing tool, and it has several features that are not currently available in this space. The main one of those is that you can bring your own keyboard, meaning you can use any keyboard that you have with this device, and it should work. The idea came to me when I bought my first nice mechanical keyboard, I guess you could say. It's called the Newfie Halo 65, and the keys just had this sound that
Mr.
was
Founder?
so clicky, and it felt good, and it had
That's
a
not a
nice
keyboard.
weight to it. Oh, my apologies. This is the keyboard here. So it just had this nice sound to it, and I just wanted to write a book with it. And I was in the drafting phase, which I would say the BYOK is best for, where you're just getting your ideas down on the paper and you're not thinking about editing and going back and making sentences perfect and all that kind of thing. Of course, the tool that I was using at the time had a keyboard built in, so there was no option to use this vastly superior keyboard for this huge writing project I was about to undertake. The second benefit is that it's more ergonomic, because when you have these built-in keyboards, the screen is stuck to the level of the keyboard. So you have to strain your neck down to look at it, and there's really no way around that. And with writing, you're writing for hours at a time, and sometimes that's just not very good for you, even if you get used to it. Basically, the BYOK has this circular magnet in the back of it, which can work with any smartphone magnetic stand. So if you want to have it up higher, preferably at eye level, you can do that where you're not straining your neck. Without the keyboard, it's very portable. Of course, you do need a keyboard when you want to write, but there are keyboards that are very small if you really want to stay super portable, some that can fit in one pocket while the BYOK is in your other pocket. I prefer the larger mechanical keyboards, but if you're doing something like reviewing your writing or something like that, you can take it with you and just use the device without any keyboard, and you're really working on something just a little bit bigger than a smartphone, so it's very convenient in that way.
A little long-winded, but thanks. I think one thing everyone wants to know is, when can we get our hands on this thing?
Right now we're in the pre-launch phase, at the very end of it actually. And in this phase, the whole goal has been to build up interest and to collect feedback from you all, just to ensure that the prototype is looking as good as it possibly can and functioning as well as it can. And then we're going to take all of that and move into the crowdfunding, which is what's coming next. We're going to be launching on Kickstarter. The exact date is to be determined, but it's looking like towards the end of August is when we are going to launch that.
Great. But when will we actually be able to hold one of these ourselves?
So, long story short, it's looking like early next year. Currently we have the second iteration of the prototype nearly complete. That is the one that we consider to be fully functional. And then alongside that, we've started to move into the production process. And this is just because we're anticipating a successful Kickstarter. And this will allow us to kind of get started on a lot of these production issues early, so that you're not waiting extra time after backing the device.
What about this prototype? Can we actually see it, or is this some sort of scam?
It's being worked on halfway across the world with some engineers right now, so that's why I don't have one personally. Here, let me show you some pictures. How's that?
Are we supposed to see that?
Better?
No. Let's just put it on the big screen.
Okay, sure. You may be able to tell on here that these particular prototypes are 3D printed. That's totally normal for prototypes, and then when you move into the actual production process, things get transferred into a mold, a steel mold, where they actually pour the plastic, and long story short, they come out looking perfect. And we'll be sure to release many more photos and a nice video when Kickstarter goes live. That way you'll have an idea of what it really looks like before putting down your money.
Tell us, Jimbo, how much is this thing going to cost?
Well, the short answer is we're not entirely sure yet, but I can give you a rough idea of what we're expecting. Right now, the pre-launch price is $139.99. We have been saying that the retail price would be between $150 to $180, but it's looking like the highest price would actually be $150. Beyond that, I can't really add much until we have a better idea of the production costs, but we'll let you know as soon as we can on that one.
Okay, Mr. Founder, we've got one more. Perhaps you could personally address the writers who are eagerly anticipating the device, maybe by adding something which shows you care about this project.
Yes, of course. Well, the main thing is that I'm a writer just like you.
We're down here, Mr. Founder.
Oh, sorry about that. The main thing is that I'm a writer just like you, albeit probably much worse. And I look forward to using the BYOK alongside everyone else. And in the meantime, we're just going to keep our heads down, listen to your feedback, and make this as good as it possibly can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Founder. And thank you all for watching. If you so wish, you can still make a reservation for the discounted price over on our pre-launch page. Stay tuned for our next update, and take care for now.